According to the National Cancer Institute, since the introduction of sunscreen in 1940, melanoma has increased by over 200%.
What's up, folks? We are back again. Kind of an unusual video. I like to diversify, you know? I like diversity. I'm pro-diversity here, all right? I like to diversify my videos. I don't like to just talk about race, although we talk about black people quite frequently on this channel because it has to be discussed. Sorry, it has to be discussed. What also has to be discussed is your health. This is something I've always taken very seriously. Not really. As I love Bojangles like a black person. Hey, I'm basically black, okay? So I can talk about these issues. Sunscreen. I've always been super opposed to sunscreen. My rule of thumb is if it's natural, it's good. If it's not, if it's chemically based, if it was created in a lab, probably not great. Pretty simple rule of thumb. God created the earth with everything. It's got natural healing things. It's got... See, this is me trying to talk about health. Don't know how to talk about it, but that's fine. Bottom line is, if you're dumb, go back to nature. If it's natural, it's probably good. Let's take a look at this whole video. This guy is basically breaking down what's actually going on with sunscreen. And if you notice, people back in the 70s and all those pictures, not wearing sunscreen and not wearing sunglasses. By the way, a little pro tip here. If you don't want to get sunburn, I was told this by somebody, don't wear sunglasses because when you wear sunglasses, it puts your body into this, your brain thinks it's in the shade. And so your body stops producing the chemicals needed to combat the rays of the sun for a long extended period. Don't wear sunscreen. Don't wear sunglasses. Take it away, buddy. This guy knows what he's talking about.
According to the National Cancer Institute, since the introduction of sunscreen in 1940, melanoma has increased by over 200%. Everyone is spraying these toxic sunscreen sprays all over their body. I have this brand right here, Banana Boat. This stuff is full of isobutanes, fragrances, and different type of benzoates. That's basically petroleum. This stuff derives straight from fossil fuels. And you're spraying it all over your body because it's easy, it's convenient, and you think that it's protecting you from the sun. But what it's really doing is putting all types of toxins and chemicals all over your body. It's disrupting your endocrine system, and it's preventing you from absorbing the sun properly. It's actually frying your skin. Isobutane is made from butane. That's what's inside my lighter. That's what's inside this Banana Boat sunscreen right here. It's getting all over your skin, your largest organ. And this is not limited to just the Banana Boat brand. There's many other brands that use the same toxic ingredients, full of isobutanes, full of fragrances, full of benzoates, and other toxic ingredients that you're spraying all over your body out of convenience. But the reality is, it's killing you slowly.
Yep, he nailed it right there. That's exactly what it is. And it should come as no surprise. When we have the Bill Gateses of the world, we have all these other evil people who want to tell you how to live, and they have also conveniently written books about depopulation and how to make people infertile. That should be kind of the tip-off. If they're selling it to you, if they're making it too easy, if they're making it too accessible, it's probably not a good idea. That rule of thumb, again, could be applied to lots of things, like C19, for example. Wasn't natural, I avoided. I typically avoid things that they try to bribe me to take. Hey, you'll get a free donut if this is the case. How about I get a free donut for not speeding? How about I get a free donut for doing something else that I'm supposed to do that's actually would be good for me? Huh, why do you have to bribe me to take something that would totally be good for me? Same way sunscreen has been pushed down our throats. Same way red meat has been demonized. People are always talking about red meat causes heart issues and this and that. So if you want an alternative to the mainstream sunscreen options you have out there, this guy breaks it down how to make your own, and this is what we should all be doing.
This is animal-based sunscreen, 100 million, billion, zillion times better than traditional sunscreens or other, quote, healthy sunscreens, which are full of seed oils and all kinds of carcinogenic garbage. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this. This is so healthy you could even eat it. Pretty good. Let's go, I'm gonna show you. This is all it takes to make your own animal-based sunscreen. So this is an improvised double boiler, just an inch of water in there that I'm gonna boil, 2 tablespoons of beeswax, half cup coconut oil, and half cup of tallow. Melt these, mix them together, and then I'm gonna add the zinc. Removed it from the heat. Stir this for a couple minutes, let it cool. When it starts to get a little more mushy, use a hand mixture and whip air into it to give it more of a texture. The end product is a completely natural, highly effective, easily spreadable sunscreen that goes on your skin and will last for a very long time. This homemade animal-based sunscreen is so much better than traditional sunscreens. This is your answer. Get that bullshit out of your life and start using a really good quality sunscreen. This is animal.
There you go, folks. So you have what you're not supposed to do, and you have an alternative to that. That's what I used to do. I actually ordered me a big bag of that zinc, and I put it up for my face and stuff, because when I go surfing, my face gets absolutely fried. But if you'll notice, I'll be super sunburned. Like I did Elijah's show, and the first day I wasn't sunburned. Then the next day I went out and was in the sun for 4 hours, and I was pretty sunburned the next day. But now, as you see, not red, back to being tan again. It's all fine. The sun is actually good for you, okay? Again, if the same people who tell you that boys can become girls are telling you that you should apply sunscreen if literally it's everywhere and you get mocked for not using sunscreen, again, why are we trusting these people? Shouldn't your alarm bells be going off? And then this just like brings me into a bigger point of, you know, how Americans, especially in the West, is massively under attack with our foods, with our products. We spray perfumes and fragrances on us. We have all these products that we don't think about that's actually killing us. And when you see the fertility rates dropping significantly, that's not a coincidence, okay? It has to do with the food. It's correlated to the chemicals that we're putting in our body. Women in particular are the biggest consumers of products and chemicals and beauty things and cosmetics and all these sorts of potions and lotions and things that we put in our body and on our body. And like that guy mentioned, it's the biggest organ. It's the biggest organ in your body. So if you were lathering it up with lotions that are full of toxins, with mineral oils, I used to like baby oil because not to go all ditty on you, but I used to like baby oil to tan, but it's full of petroleum and mineral oil. So you got to stop doing that as well. And when you go to other countries, you know, Europeans like to make fun of Americans because we're all fat. But what they are missing is that in Europe, half the ingredients, tons of the products, tons of the foods that are allowed in the US and are consumed by the majority of Americans are actually illegal in Europe. You go and look at a Fanta in Europe, it's got like 3 ingredients and it's an entirely different color. The Fanta, that orange juice drink thing, is yellow in Europe. It's orange here and it's full of ingredients. If you go and look at basically any product, the ingredients list is that long. It's a mile long of things you don't know what it is, you don't know how to pronounce, and yet we willingly go and eat it. The seed oils as well. It's all of these things that are contributing to why Americans are not only infertile, but they're fat and overweight and they're tired all the time. Their immune system is compromised. There's tons of autoimmune systems issues popping up now. Women have these autoimmune diseases, and it's really unfortunate, but it's all tied to our food. They're spraying us in the air. There's heavy metals all saturated in the ground, so that's affecting even the plants that are growing. Now they're doing lab-grown meats. Now they're growing things in greenhouses and spraying them with who knows what. So it's going to have an effect. But in the ways that you can combat this, you probably should. So even if it's just a matter of putting on a different kind of sunscreen and using sunscreen that's just zinc based and there's none of these other chemicals, that's a good start. Because if we want to actually fight the culture war, if we want to take the country back, you have to be healthy. Because a sick, overweight populace is an easily controllable populace. What are you going to do if you feel like shit? How are you going to fight back if you feel like garbage? How are we going to resist the hordes of people coming across the border if we're all sick and overweight? So I thought this was just a good video, and I like to provide a solution. This is a solution. If you don't want to get sunburnt, I think it's not a big deal. Don't be a pussy. Sunburn's not going to kill you unless you're just frying out of there for days like you're lost at sea in a raft. I think you'll be fine with a little sunburn. It will tan up. It's good for you. And in fact, the vitamins that you get from the sun is actually combats cancer. Everything that they tell you is bad is good. Okay? We're living in an upside down world and we're listening to Bill Gates.